out, around our communities. Even if you don't have a Martian or didn't participate in that launch, what a cool thing to learn about NFTs moving forward into any project that's going to be launched, whether it's on our platform or another platform, or even going on crypto.com or Coinbase and buying NFTs, so some of what we go through on here, you might not be in yet. Pick up what you can, drop what you can, do what you can, get excited about what you can. If you're not in any of some of the things that we talk about on here and you want to be, this is not a recruitment deal, okay? So like Nexus, nobody gets paid off of an individual that they bring to the community at all, okay? So it's really, really important to know that we're building a community around the projects so that you can have early adoption to those projects. And if that isn't powerful, then we don't, then let's talk about what's happened, individually. Let's talk about what's happened in the past with Bitcoin, with Ethereum, with any of these things. I often tell the story for me about Bitcoin Cash, and how I held $500 worth of Bitcoin Cash when it was $10. It would fluctuate between $8 and $10, and I would buy and sell. Really had no idea what I was doing. One day I just said, it doesn't look like this is going to take off. And this is maybe 7 years ago. And I sold all my Bitcoin Cash. Yeah, it's about $700 today, or 500 and something today. I haven't looked in a long time. Last time I looked, it was over 500. And so each step that I've learned over the years is a learning process to understand early adoption, to understand hodling, to understand buying and selling, and all of the above. So without further ado, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to share my screen. I am going to do a quick staking on SafuFi, which is a part of the Nexus program first. And then I'm going to jump into taking my tag protocol and do that. And then we'll jump back to Sarah or somebody else to do theirs. So a couple of people will go through their different projects and how they're making more money with those projects as we go here. So let me, first of all, get the right screen over here for you guys. Okay, so, oops, that's the wrong screen. Okay, that's my YouTube channel. Let's do this.
Thomas, just FYI, Jody just said he's pretty sure they're assigned.
Okay. All right, which is really good for me because I won't be able to get on no matter what. I will, in that case, though, beckon Andrea and Mark to take good notes tomorrow night and get those to me and get those posted as well. And as we know that they always do so well for this community. So, okay, I think that first thing that you always want to do is make sure that you're signed in, depending on which program you're in. The two programs that I'm going to deal with now have to do with the BSC mainnet of Tag Protocol. So I have to be checking because everything we did yesterday was on Matic. And so I kept trying to figure out why what I was trying to do earlier wasn't working. And it's because I was on the Matic network. So on MetaMask, you get to load in and add different networks in the BNB, well, in the Binance blockchain and whatnot, and that are working on different programs and whatnot. So I have 4 different mainnet chains in my wallet as we speak. I'll be working off of the BNB BSC mainnet for these two first things. So I'm going to jump over here to SafuFi real quick, where I am staking coins. I'm going to go up and connect this platform to my MetaMask. So I'm going to go up to the top right-hand corner. I'm going to hit Connect Wallet. It's going to ask me to approve that. And then it's going to show what I have in my SafeUFi wallet. Well, SafeUFi has a lot of functionalities to it that are worthy of watching the videos and learning. So you can put your coins in safes and different things here where that they have to check on multiple platforms in order to hack you. And so what the Nexus program does so well for us all is it has things that 8 years ago when I got into cryptocurrency, they are addressing problems in the industry or things that a newer person would wish that they had if they knew what they were looking for, right? So safe ways to trade, safe ways to stake, safe ways to not have pump and dumps and well watchers and all of these different things. Nevertheless, their onboarding program is one of our favorite things about the Nexus program because they have an onboarding team. So somebody yesterday literally said, "What are these Martians you're talking about?" And you know what I did? Instead of helping them all the way through, I sent them to the onboarding. I sent them, and Andrea, you can post whatever you want in the chat to go along with this. I sent them to the onboarding program of Nexus, and they walked their way all the way through it, and then it takes 24 hours to claim an address in the Maddox program, on crypto.com now. So if you're sending something, like I'm waiting today to send some Bitcoin to my cold wallet, I had to get them to accept that address as being a legit address. And it takes 24 hours for them to do that now in crypto.com. So always be aware of that now, especially on newer platforms. So I had to sell them a little bit of my Matic because they didn't want to wait 24 hours. They didn't want to miss on buying an Nft Martian. And so that is the only thing that I had to do for them. But other than that, I didn't have to help them sign up, do anything. I sent them to the onboarding program. They were on a Zoom with a professional that helped them to get started and to be a part of this. And so that was really cool. Okay, so now what are we looking at here? I am staking all of my SafeUFi. So I am here to stay unless I have an emergency in my family. So meaning that I'll be staking and growing and hodling for a long time. So Jody, who is our go-to guy, Sarah was just talking about, he's just wonderful. And he's welcome to come on here any Friday morning to jump in and help for sure. But I have earned, now this is about my 4th time claiming. So I have earned somewhere around 20,000 SafeUFi already. But he said, don't claim until you have in your rewards a little bit over 3,000. So because of fees and whatnot. So I am past, I purposely waited to get past that mark. So for one, I'm going to copy that. First thing I'm going to do is claim my rewards. So I just hit claim there, down there on the bottom, and then I confirm it into my wallet. And now I'm making those active, and it will let me know when they're claimed.
Just FYI, Thomas, they're all sold out.
Okay, Martians are all sold out now. Yeah. Okay. And so that's so somebody, also yesterday didn't think they had time. I think it was Deb Lewis. I didn't think she had time to get it all figured out because of what I had in my day. And I told her, pay attention though, because all the projects to come, then you will participate in. Again, more participation. The whole thing is building a community, building an ecosystem, and being at the front runner of any projects or participating in them later. So somebody can still buy a Martian from somebody if they wanted to participate in that game. And heck, I might have 1 or 2 to sell here shortly. So we'll see how that goes. So it allowed me to claim. So now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to just paste the amount that I want to. But shouldn't that have moved over here to token balance?
Try to click refresh, Thomas, because it did clear it, or scroll up. Is there something up top?
Oh, let's see. Yep, there we go. See how smart. When in doubt, ask Andrea. That's what I say. All right. So now, so that went from my earning rewards. So what am I doing here? I'm compounding, guys. I'm compounding my earnings. I'm compounding my money. So now I'm going to take that and I'm going to put it into the staking, and it's going to add to that total and be making me money. Okay. So now I'm going to stake tokens. Oh, I thought, oops. I put it in the wrong place. Okay, there we go. And I'm going to stake tokens. It's so simple. It's a bunch of copying and pasting, really. And just let it roll. Sometimes we get impatient on things, and we got to allow the process to work. And there we go. So it's boy, if that doesn't tell you in big letters up, success. So because sometimes, man, with crypto, you're playing guessing games and going, did I send it? They get it? Are you there? You know? So, okay. So
You
that's
actually gained more just in that little time.
Yeah, I saw that, the 4. So, so we'll just let that be. Okay. Now I'm going to go into tag protocol now. And so I can go ahead and get out of there. And really, to be honest, one of the safer things to do is here, is to go ahead and make sure that I'm disconnected, and I'll do that. So I'm going to go up here. Okay, I got to log back in. Okay, so now where I'm going to go through the farming process of tag protocol. Or is there any questions on the SafeUFI real quick before we move on? That's the easiest staking I've ever seen done before. And anybody that owns SafeUFI can do the same thing, and you can be making money on it as you're hodling.
Miguel has a question.
Go ahead.
Would it make sense to add funds to Safest to get to the 3,000 in order to stake?
Well, okay, it just depends what you're wanting to do. Okay, so if you believe in the SafeUFI program and want to, it's one of the newest staking programs. So we can't stake in every single coin out there. It just depends if you like that program, if you think it's going to succeed, which I do. And so when I came in to the Nexus program, I bought True Badger with 50% of my funds. I bought SafeUFI and NSI with the other 25% of my funds. NSI and True Badger already are what was the word that we used last week, Andrea?
Let me find it again. I forgot.
Okay. But they're already, you make money off of hodling with those 2 coins. So you're kind of in a way, it's a form of staking or mining, but you're already making money with them. On the SafeUFI, you're actually, participating in the mining process of staking, and you're increasing your coin numbers as you stake it. So the other 2 are automatic. So it just depends if you like the program and want to watch that program go. Because like I say, there's a lot. I mean, you could actually get into, I watched 3 different programs yesterday that I could have gotten into that are doing liquidity farming or staking. And so I just can't do them all, but I have given my heart to Nexus, and I've given my heart to Tag Protocol so far, and a couple of small other things that that I don't trust in sharing. And I'm trying to get away from network marketing sharing of anything. I'm trying to stick with things that people can get into that are passive, just because I don't want to depend on others for my income.
And it's called redistribution. Hodlers will receive tokens through a 3% static reflection.
And that's on which two projects?
True Badger, NSI.
And NSI. Okay. So those, if you buy and hodl, you'll go back and your token total will be increasing every single day. Does it say how often it increases?
No, it just says reflection 3%, deflationary 1%. It's a utility token. The coin stability funds permanently designated to LP 4%, marketing and innovation fund 2%, creating long-term value for token holders, used as commerce on future True Badger projects to identify and grant governance rights once implemented. Because
they're all DAOs. And so those that hodl in these programs too may get lucky with airdrops. There's a percentage that goes into airdrop, goes into going to the community, and then they disperse that amongst people's averages of holding. So, okay, without getting too complicated, and Andrea, if you see things in the chat, guys, just unplug and ask me if you have questions, because but if you see things in the chat that I don't see, it's fine to write them in there too. It doesn't matter. But I won't be looking at the chat because of what I'm doing. Okay. So Andrea, I'll need your help with that if so. Sure. So either way is fine. Let's just make it that way. Okay. So I'm now going to go into my tag protocol site. So I'm still logged into MetaMask. All of my wallets are connected in MetaMask. If this comes up like this, it will let me know if I'm not connected, but I'm going to go into account information, and I minted some in the last few days so that I could have a pretty good minted number when I go to the liquidity farming. I'm going to mint and claim the 60 coins, 60 tokens, and go ahead and get them working for me. I always just like to wait till this goes away before I go off of any page. And that way I know that I'm good to go, just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and check, because maybe Andrea, because this does have a referral program to it. Matter of fact, to buy a hashtag just went up to $650. So to participate in the hashtag part of this program, and you don't have to participate in that program to be a part of this, but I can go and see if I have any unclaimed tokens. So as you can see on just sharing tokens, I made a little bit over, I'd say right around $2,000, $2,500, something like that, just on sharing the hashtags with people. So right now you would make a little over $200 any hashtag that you sold. And when the hashtags are sold out, we won't have to share them anymore. Then it'll just be other projects coming into using the tag coin and using the stag coin and using our smart contract programs that our developers have put together to participate in this NFT world or program. Okay. So I hope I'm saying that all right. I think I am. Okay. So we can go here and look at my hashtags real quick, and we can see the value of them. Let's see if accountants went up anymore since it's tax season. So I own accountant, and it's at a 3, and average grade is 4. And so I can go and look and see that means that I am a part of a pool that gains every hour 560 tag. So that's absolutely amazing. And tag is what, at 20 cents right now. So pretty cool that I get to do that. Okay. So, so I always hit back here, and we could look at a few more of mine. Let's see if I feel that airdrop and NFT sales are going to continue to go up for me. I'm going to write Dr. Phil a letter and tell him that he needs to give me a couple of his million for his name. So I'm just kidding. But someday he might want to own Dr. Phil in hashtags and if so, who knows? That's a thought pattern, right? And then Teeter, if anybody doesn't know, she's one of my favorite characters in what is that show? Yellowstone. Yeah.
What is Dr. Phil rated at?
He's only a 14, that poor bald dude. So, but let's look at airdrop real quick. So airdrop's a 9. I believe that'll go up. Now, metadate's a 21. I count on this being one of my best, but it's only because I believe someday there'll be a program in the meta world that will have to do with metadating, right? And so, so that was a futuristic hope. That was a buy on a whim, on a charm. Now, this is a tractor company, JCB, that tracks pretty well, and it's a 6 for me. So kind of like that. Every time they post, they put hashtag JCB, and I make money off of it. Let's try airdrop real quick. Oh, I did that already. Okay, what was the other one? Oh yeah, NFT sales. So NFT sales keeps moving up a little bit each time. So it's a 7 current grade. So anyways, we get paid on all of these. Okay. So, and anybody can still buy them. Somebody might say, well, they're $650 now. You bought your first ones at $450. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. It just means it's a few more days till you become even than me. That's all. You're still going to be making money off of your hashtags, and you could pick a 1 and even make money faster than any of mine. So, okay. So then I can go on here and I can go to trading tag coin. And that's going to bring me to this site, tagcoin.io, tagcoin.io. Here, I'm going to do the same thing as I did earlier. I'm going to connect my wallet. So what am I doing here? I am going to take all of the winnings, all of the rewards that I have made off of my hashtags or off of sharing it, and I'm going to now compound them into making me money 2 ways: staking tag coin and offering my funds for the liquidity pool. I was listening to a thing the other day that Alani had up on the liquidity pools, and basically they're borrowing your money to run the system, and you get paid a percentage off of allowing your funds to be in the liquidity pool. What I love about Tag Protocol is I'm not on a contract with them, okay? I can pull it out and put it back in any time I want. I can take my money out 10 times in a day if I want to, okay? And put it back in, and I'll show you how I've done that here in a minute. So we're going to start by swapping so we got to pair up 2 different coins in the Binance network, either BNB and tag or BSC and tag. So I'm going to do BSC and tag, but the first thing that I'm going to do is I want to see what I've made, and I want to see what that equals in BNB. So I am dealing with adding into. I do this 2 or 3 times a week, and I add this total that because this is pure earnings, but I'm adding it into my total of my liquidity farm, and compounding my earnings. So it before you know it, you're making huge returns. If you're doing this, Andrea, would you give the example of what you started with and where you were at?
We started with, I believe, $115. In a couple days, we were at 211, and now we're at 506. And
Okay.
it's been a month.
In 1 month.
In
Okay,
1
so
month, and I think I've only done it twice since I started to
and
go.
so that's compounding away. I started at a different level, and then I heard that Lynette's Lynette's sister is making $5,000. What'd she say? 5,000 a month
Yeah.
to pay her bills. So she's pulling out 5,000 a month to pay her bills. I asked her what I needed to put in to do that, and I got close. And then I decided, because of what's going on in the world right now, to cut that in half. So I put in about 12,000, and then I cut it back down to 5,000. So now I'm staking with $5,000 in the liquidity pool, and I'll show you that I've taken out on that now 3,000 in profit. So really, I'm only working on 2,000 of my own money now, and all of the rest is house money. Okay, so I'll show you that as we get to those final steps. Again, much of what I'm going to be saying to some is going to be going, I kind of get it, but I don't get it. I kind of get it, but I don't get it. Well, we, Andrea and Sarah and I, kind of get it, but we don't get it. Kind of get it, but we don't get it still. But as we do it, and the more we do it, the more we learn. That's why we're doing this, to have a good time in a casual situation. Try to learn a little bit more each time. Okay. So I have two choices to make here. Okay. I can either sell my tag and turn it into BNB and then split that number in half to add it to my liquidity pool. Or I know that if I want to match my tag, that I would have to use a little bit of my own money, 0.109523. I would use a little bit of my own BNB to match this amount to build up that liquidity pool a little bit more. That's what I'm going to do today, in angst of time and in angst of other people might sell and split today, and we'll help them through that process so that they know. So here, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to be matching up tag and BSC. So what I'm going to do is or BUSD. I'm sorry. So I'm going to change this up top to BUSD. It's going to show me what that max out is and what I'm going to need. Okay. Well, okay. I did that wrong. Let me change this back real quick. Okay, boy, I always hate when I do a step wrong, because then you guys might not be learning from it because I might screw up the smoothness. Okay, back to where we started. In order to match 232 tag, I'm going to have to use 0.10, whatever that is, in BNB. So in order to match that amount of BNB with tag, I'm going to change my tag here real quick, because I already have this amount in tag, right? So I don't have to change it. But to match it with BUSD, I'm going to go ahead and change the bottom one to BUSD. It's going to now tell me, in order to match my tag, I'm going to use this much BNB for that much BUSD, and I'm now going to swap it. Every time you do an action of swapping, it's going to ask you to confirm out of your MetaMask wallet. And then it will spin. And then we can go to the next step. So now I'm just swapping coins in order to match my tag coin with my BUSD, so that I can use both of them in the farming. And I know this seems like a lot, and it will seem like a lot by the time we're done, but it's really not that much. It's really pretty easy. I now can come on here and do this in a matter of 3 minutes without explanation, right? So now now I know that I got the coins that I need to add into my compounding. And so I'm going to get off of swap, and I'm going to go to my liquidity. Okay. Remember, we talked about that I'm going to be using BUSD and tag. So now I'm going to wait a minute, and I'm going to hit max on tag. If that doesn't match up here, what I do is I refresh, I disconnect my wallet, and reconnect my wallet real quick. And then I come back here to max so that I let it automatically generate. I don't hit max here and max here because they might not match up. And then I struggle. I just get it to match my tag, because my tag is what is my earnings that I'm trying to match. And so it automatically generated what we just switched from BNB to BUSD. That's this amount. And that amount is equal to this amount of tag. So now I'm going to enable them to be able to be added to the liquidity pool. So I hit that button there. I confirm it over here. I'm going to enable my tag and confirm it over here. These two steps you can do together. So in lieu of saving time, and they'll roll up and approve for you together. And so now I've gotten both approvals. I let that approval go away. Now I kept messing up because I kept wanting to hit max down here on here, and you don't need to. Now my next step, and Andrea has these steps and she can post them on the Tag Protocol site or on here if she has them handy. That would be fine. And I'm going to add to the liquidity pool. I'm just a hands-on guy, and I know Sarah is too. So, but she's not a guy. So I've got to be careful in this day and age.
Thomas.
Yeah. I got to be careful in this day and age, don't I? You say something like that, and then you're in the category of political or something. Okay, so I've now added my liquidity. That did all of that real simple. So all that I did was, once I enabled these two, now I added them to the liquidity pool side of things. Now I'm going to go to liquidity pool farming, and this is where it gets kind of fun because we get to see what it does here. Okay, so I'm going to switch this up top, member. So there's two pools that you could do this off of. You could do it off BNB and tag, and you can do it off BUSD and tag. I was told by Lynette that there's a ton of people in the BNB and tag pool, and so I might be better off using the BUSD pool. So we just stuck with that. So that's what most of us are doing for really no reason whatsoever. Okay, so you can do the BNB and tag match if you want, but you just got to know which ones you're doing, so you keep adding to that same pool. So I'm going to switch this to BUSD and tag. Okay. Then I'm going to hit max over here. And that's what those two added together matched up to add to my total. As you can see here, with BNB just going up and then it went down a little bit. Actually, yesterday, this was at 6K. So you'd look at that and you'd say, wow, it went down. Yeah, it did, but my total coin deposit did not go down. So sometimes you got to trick yourself into knowing the market's going to continue to go up. BNB for sure is going to go up. Do you guys know that BNB is a great investment in itself? That if you just bought BNB, it would be, there's a few different coins that I learned lately that pretty much because of all the programs attached to them, they got to keep going up. So one is Matic, one is BNB, and of course XRP. If you don't have Ripple and you don't have XRP, then you're not watching what's going on in the world right now, because Ripple is about to be the counter walk through between the banks and all of cryptocurrency. So they're the bridge. And don't ask me to explain it in any terms more than that, because I don't know all the terms. Okay, so I now am going to take my balance and I'm going to add it to this pool. So do you see how, if I do this every 2 or 3 days, how I'm compounding my earnings back in to make me even more money? So Andrea can attest to that 2 different times I've taken this back since I cut it in half when it was over 10,000. When it was over 10,000, I took out 3,000 once, right, Andrea? Okay. Then when we cut it down to 5,000, I've taken out like 1,500 twice. Okay. So I would say I'm getting close to that would tell me right there that I probably have 3,000 or 4,000 of my own money still working. Compounding it and taking out every now and then will get me to working on totally house money, which is my goal. Okay. I always think unless you know that you can lose it and not lose sleep at night, then like every third time you compound, take some out to get your seed money back in your pocket. I want this pool to be working as an income so that monthly I'm taking out a couple thousand to pay bills. That's what I want this to be. Okay. So I am at 5.8K now. I'm going to add this to that pool, and then you'll see these numbers change here. Okay. And I just noticed I was talking really loud. So if I'm way too loud, I'm sorry. It's the Superberry Camacho or kombucha. And this, I might have, there we go. This one you will confirm twice. So because you're actually putting money into the staking of the tag, you're getting paid twice here and on the liquidity pool. And I think you confirm it for both sides of that, for the BUSD and the tag, but don't quote me on that. Here's what I know. I deposit it, these numbers grow bigger.
Yeah, you're confirming both because you made the pair, so you're confirming it as a pair.
Okay, see?
Hey, can I ask a quick question, Thomas?
Of course you can.
With regard to Andrea, when she said her example of what she did, starting with, I think she said 150, does she mean, and Andrea, I guess you can address this, do you mean that in this area, in the farming, that's what you had in there, that because I'm just trying to figure out where did you put that 150 to start?
That was our first deposit into the farming, doing these steps, doing the swap, liquidity, and then the LP.
Okay, so that was after you did a separate transaction out of your hashtag stuff, or did you wait until the hashtag got to where you were able to claim and then you transferred it over, or did you just put the cash directly in?
We started off putting the cash directly in.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think we used some of the claim, but I think it was only like 40 tag because at the time we didn't know the 50 rule. So we added to what we had to make it over $100 to start.
Okay. All right. Okay. Because my deposit, I was just trying to figure out what my initial thing, trying to see because we did last week. So I'm just trying to see, where do I see what I actually earned from last week to this week?
And you will see it on this page.
Okay. So
yeah, you'll see it on this page as it grows. But remember, sometimes you're looking at your coin amount, because if BNB went up and then goes back down and then that needs to go back up again, it might not look in the cash value. Like I say, mine's at 5.9 now. Yesterday it was at 6. Okay. So, but I know that this value, the coin, is growing. And when BNB goes up a little bit, so will tag. Because look, for one, tag was at 21 cents yesterday, and today it's at 19. So that's going to show a lower amount on the dollar side, right? But you're still gaining if you're paying attention over here, just knowing that the market's going to go up and that's going to go up. So we have seen tag as high as 31 cents. So Andrea, any comments on that, or Sarah, or anybody?
Just like Thomas said, look at the number of the tokens you're farming, not the price, because sometimes the dollar amount will mess with your mind and you'll get frustrated not realizing while the market went down, so you're losing. So you want to keep that mindset positive. So just keep an eye on your token amount. And Thomas had to teach me that because
Oh,
I was watching the dollar amount and I was getting frustrated, like, oh, geez. So it's the tokens you definitely want to watch.
trust
Yeah.
me, I had to learn that when
Yeah.
thousands of dollars disappear in a couple of hours, you're like, what? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
And
yeah. But,
get a big amount of Bitcoin and you could almost get suicidal. Yeah. You know, but
so would you recommend then just because right now I don't really have it because I only minted last week, I think like 70 coins. So what's in my account for the deposit is only like 28 coins. So
Yeah.
28 point something coins. So would you recommend then just adding more here so that my farming share is a higher percentage? Because right now I'm at 0.0077.
Sure, and also keep compounding. You know, like we're doing once a week or a couple. You know, on the small amounts, you're going to want to do one a week, and depending on how many hashtags you have, which I have a lot of hashtags, so I do a couple times a week. Understand? Okay, I'm going to tell you how I made my decision. Sarah and guys, interrupt me if I'm stepping over you, okay? Because I'm just trying to get my point out. And that's, I apologize ahead of time. Here is how I made my decision on that, Belka. When I heard Lynette say that, so this was a magic bell, because you know the program that we were in that wasn't quite adding up.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, damn it, I'm sick and tired of depending on other human beings. I want passive. And so, I got signs all over my room about that. I'm really serious on wanting that in my life. She stated about her sister making about $5,000 a month to pay her bills with. So she took an established amount of money over here that was sitting in her bank, and she put it over here, and she was withdrawing $5,000 a month to pay her bills with. And that was magic to my ears. I didn't necessarily need 5,000, but if I could make 2,000 here in the liquidity pool, I will tell you that I don't quote me on this, but I believe it's been about 2 weeks. And Andrea, when I got freaked out and cut this in half, I think it's been about 2 weeks. And on compound affecting my rewards, it's, you know, I could take out 900 right now and still be at my 5K. So that would be 900 in income for me with 5K in there in a couple of weeks. Now, don't quote me on my money being the same as your money, because I might be adding more because I have 11 hashtags or whatever I have, right? 13 hashtags. But if you're mining and have 5,000 in the liquidity pool or 2,000, well, let's say you had 2,000 in the liquidity pool, and you were making 300 every 2 weeks. That's 600 a month. You know, it just depends on you. I heard that 5,000 a month income. I wanted to go for that, and I did. I put about 12 grand in at that time, and I want to actually, you know, in a couple of weeks, depending on what goes on in Russia and everywhere else, and I see some comfort, I will put back in here and let them use another 5 grand of my money to be making more like 2-3 grand a month take home.
So I guess I just want to make sure I'm understanding this correctly. So I don't have a lot of hashtags. I only have one, and mine is a grade and rank of 11. So right. Not making a whole lot over there. So outside of that, if let's say I put 5,000 in here.
Yes.
From what you're saying, I would be able to pull out, if I just do the liquidity pool, I'll be able to pull out on a weekly basis, whatever, a decent amount of money.
Sure. And on that, I would say a few hundred a week, at least. Okay, so for me, in about 2 weeks, and again, I don't keep solid notes, but I believe the last time we withdrew, Andrea or Sarah can tell me if I'm wrong, was less than 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I think it was last Thursday, maybe.
Yeah. And it's what's great about it, Velka, is you just claim and withdraw the whole thing. And then you add back in what you want to keep in there staking. So I would withdraw this. I would put back in $5,000 and I would take 900 and turn it into BNB or whatever. And this number goes down a little bit when you do that too, because of your swapping and trading back. But I think you catch the drift of it.
Yeah. Thank you.
And all you do here, Velka, is you claim and withdraw, and you take the steps that we just did and go backwards. So it's not very tough. And this is what I like about this one. I'm not contracted. So somebody put one out yesterday that they're signing into a contract like Hyperfund or Hyperfund. You know, that's a great program for whoever wants to do it and whatever. I'm never knocking programs unless I know they're a total scam. Okay. And that's not, I don't believe. But anyways, Hyperfund, you got to buy into a contract. You don't get your money back for 6 months or whatever. Okay. And you have to wait daily. Okay. So nothing wrong with that. Here, I'm in, and the one that was shown yesterday by somebody else, you're in a contract. Well, I don't like being that out of control of my money because maybe Dave or Sarah can remember, we were in one of the biggest ones that actually they just paid us back a little money on not long ago, but it was in a contract. And no less than a week before my contract was up, they shut that company down, man. And luckily, I had been taking out on a weekly basis on my rewards to get my 10 grand back on that one. This was years ago, okay? But there was 10 grand in there when the contract was up. I was supposed to get back, and I didn't get it back, okay? So here, I'm in 100% control. Any day I feel like it, I can claim this in 5 minutes, turn it into BNB, send it to my crypto.com and cash it out. I can have it in my bank in 2 days at the max. So that's really important to me. Okay.
Yeah, I had a similar situation with a company many years ago.
Yeah.
They closed down right before my contract was about to end. So I feel you on that.
Yeah. So I avoid those like the plague. Like if it's a really, really good friend and they're promising this or whatever, like Hyperfund for one, I got 1,000 in there. I've already withdrawn more than 1,000. And it's making me about $50 a day. But I don't believe in that program enough with a program with contracts enough to share it. So I don't share it. If anybody wants to be in Hyperfund and they know about it, want to be in with me, they would have to ask me almost, type of thing, because I'm trying to get into things where that we are making money and we're not depending on others. Does somebody want to go and claim some stuff?
I would, Thomas.
Let me unshare but all of the above is great information. Is there anything on chat that we need, Andrea, before we move to Sarah?
No, Bonnie just wanted to know if it was recorded, so I told her it's on your YouTube.
It is, yes. And I got to be careful saying some of the things about other companies and stuff. What you'll get out of me is straight honesty going through and through. And sometimes, boy, I'll pay the price for it, but that's okay. I'd rather that than anybody know me any differently. Sarah, you can share screen and do your thing. And
okay,
Andrea, I'm going to let another voice be in here. So why don't you do Sarah unless you need me?
Okay. And which one are we doing, Daisy or Tag?
Well, we're going to do Tag right now. Host participant screen. Okay, so All righty then. I'm sitting in a driveway where I can get both my phone and my internet. I love
See?
being in the mountains. I
Whatever
can
it
do
takes.
one or the other. It's,
And we also know on these Friday mornings that if you can't hang out, nobody's looking at you if you go or stay or if you ask a question. You know, guys, Dave Barheit shared this industry with me, and I didn't know what blockchain was. You know, I didn't know what that word meant. And so I don't care what the question is, we all got to learn it all, right?
That's how we learn.
I'll shut up, but Andrea and Sarah, remember, as you're doing things, if you don't talk through it, you're not helping anybody.
Okay.
so I just checked into my MetaMask wallet and I'm going into, I'm on BSC mainnet, right? For tag.
Yeah, you need to be on BSC. Is that what you're on?
Yeah. So then I go to my dashboard.
Yeah, go to your tag protocol dashboard.
Yeah. I got to move you guys around. Then I go to account information.
Nope, you got to go to
Oh,
your
no.
little box because you had to confirm that it was connecting there.
That's right. I've got to move you guys around. I'm trying to figure out how to get rid of you. All right. Okay. So I got to go back.
Just go to your little fox head in the top right, Sarah. There you go.
Oh, next.
She was speedy this week. I was speedy last week. So hit that parking lot internet's working for you.
Yeah. Okay. So then I'm going to.
So now, Sarah, you have, you want to go to your account information.
Yep.
And then you want to scroll down.
And I already minted and claimed while you guys were on. So.
Okay, so just go ahead and click. Now, did you check your invitation earnings too?
I did not yet. No,
Okay.
I still don't have anything in there yet.
Okay, so go to LP token farming
Yep.
and then go to tagcoin.io.
Yep.
And then you want to connect your wallet. And you guys always want to make sure you, when it connects, if you don't see your screen, check the little fox head in the top right, because they'll put a blue number 1 there to let you know you have an action that you need to take care of.
Now, Andrea, isn't my BNB supposed to go up here?
No, so go ahead and go to swap, Sarah, because you're on the farm part.
Oh, okay. Got it.
There you go. So then you're going to want to click on go to tag, because you're going to see how much tag you have to compare
Okay.
your BNB. So you want
Click
to
on
and
the
click
max.
max.
Yeah, but she's going to need to refresh because it's not showing her B&B.
Right. That's what I was like earlier. It wasn't showing it either. I was trying to follow with you on yours, Thomas, but it wasn't showing my BNB.
Yeah, so disconnect and reconnect or refresh. Yeah,
Yeah, it's not.
we'll connect.
Disconnect and reconnect. So scroll up.
Scroll up.
Yeah,
Yes.
to the top of the page. There you go. Now click disconnect and then reconnect your wallet.
Do I need to wait for a minute?
No.
Nope, just go ahead and connect.
Okay.
There you go.
There we go. Now I go to tag to see the max, right?
Correct.
And
And then it's gonna, so your 258.44 tag equals the 0.1216 BNB. So now you have to make that decision. Do you want to use your BNB for the BUSD, or do you want to put your tag into BNB and then cut it in half?
I think I'll match it this week because I think I split it last week.
Okay.
Awesome. And that what that does is that doubles up your earnings, you know? So
Right.
you're kicking booty then. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll shut up.
So now do I, okay, so this is B&B up here and this is tag. So
Yeah.
do I swap now?
No, you're gonna change your tag to BUSD because you want to make that pair.
That's what I never understood.
And then you'll swap the token.
All right.
And then you just want to make sure you confirm. And I'll try to be slow this week, so we'll wait for the green thing to show up to say we're approved and the spinny thing to stop.
Yeah, I still don't understand the BNB to BUSD. I haven't grasped yet, but I'll get there.
Well, don't jump off real quick. And I'm going to just, so stay right there, please. So for 1 second. So remember, you matched your tag with your BNB. It showed that this was the amount of BNB that you needed to use in order to match up your BUSD with your tag. So you switch. So you already had that amount that you had here with tag, right? So now you're just using that much BNB to turn into BUSD to match the amount of rewards you had in tag. So basically, you're using your own BNB to match with your tag to make your BUSD and your tag equal. That might not help, but it might have helped. So anyways, now move on.
Think of the memory game, Sarah. You know, when you're a kid playing memory and you flip over the cards to make a match, that's what you're doing here. You're just making matches.
Okay, so BUSD is what?
The BNB coin based on the US dollar. It's the stabilized coin for BNB.
Okay, so that's what I wasn't getting. All right. Sorry to be so ignorant, but
No, good questions, because if you didn't ask, somebody else might. So
And we were exactly the same. We were like, how did she do that equation? Lynette's too damn fast for us. Yeah. You know?
okay, so that green thing showed up, Andrea. Now what?
Yeah. So now you're going to go to liquidity.
Okay.
So this is where now you're going to match your pairs. So you have your tag coin on the bottom and the top one says BNB, but we're going to make that BUSD. And then you're going to click max for your tag. Perfect. And now you're going to see that it paired up your tokens that you just got for your BUSD for your tag. Now all you're going to do is you're going to enable your BUSD and confirm it. And then you'll do your enable tag and confirm it. And then we'll wait till you get the green sign that says success or approved. So you need one more.
Yep.
There it is. And then we would add the liquidity. And then once again, you got to confirm it. And then you wait till it says approved. So now you just created that match. You flipped up the right two cards.
Okay, now then my next question would be like Bielka asked, you know, where do I see I've earned once this liquidity thing is finished?
That's on the next step.
Okay.
Perfect. So now you had success there. So then you go up to the LP farm. And then you're gonna, where it says max, you're gonna change that to BUSD and tag because that's what you created your pair with. And if you're ever on here and you want to look at how much you have and what you're making, if it says 0, it's because you're on BNB and tag. So just remember to change that. And then you see what you're getting. So before we do yours, Sarah, if you look under where it says deposit and then it says your deposit farming share,
Uh-huh.
that's where you're gonna see how much you made to how much you put in and your percentage of what you're earning from it.
Okay.
So like Thomas said, you want to keep track of your tokens. You know, if you put in 700, but now you're at 1,000, then you made $300.
So the LPT is the tokens?
Yep,
Yes.
that's what you're farming.
Okay, so for those of us, we came in at 450. And that's what I don't know. I mean, I'm like going, I have no clue. I didn't keep track of anything. So that's
Well, that's your hashtag. You bought your hashtag at 450. You didn't come into this at 450, did you?
no, I bought 4 hashtags.
Yeah, but what did you start in your liquidity pool with just?
I have no idea. That's what,
Yeah, so it was your rewards mostly, but I know at least twice we've matched your rewards. So I would say out of your pocket, you probably put about 300 or 400 of the 1.1K, but the rest of it would be on your rewards from your hashtags. So I think you're doing awesome for the amount of hashtags you have, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, my one is still number 1, which is kind of cool.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
Okay, so now do I do claim and with, no, I don't do
No,
claim.
scroll up. We kind of
Okay.
went down a little bit, got off track. So where you changed your BUSD and tag, you need to click max. So this is going to add that 100.7892 to your liquidity pool. And if you watch your percentage, I bet that will go up a little bit as well.
So
So then you're going to deposit, and this is where you're going to confirm twice on your deposit.
okay.
There you go. "30 seconds is a long time when you don't think about anything."
Yeah.
Andrea, quick question. So if I am not claiming, if I'm not minting and claiming because I don't have that 50 in there yet, I don't have to do anything in the liquidity or LP farm. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Unless you want to add your own money to increase that,
Okay.
that would
Right.
be the only thing.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So
you-
yeah, look at the percentage went up.
Wow.
Yeah, she gained $100 off of that.
And 0.03%.
Yeah.
That's huge.
So the more money you have in there, I'm making an assumption that the interest goes up. Is that correct? Or the percentage goes up?
Yep,
Correct.
the more you're making. Yep.
Okay, so
And this is compounding on itself each time. But some of us on the smaller amounts will get carried away and want to compound too quickly. I think for most of you guys at this point, even I do twice a week. Sometimes I do 3 times a week. I would believe twice a week would be a max that any of you guys at this point would do. To be honest, once we get past this Martian thing and stuff in Nexus, I'm going to probably add, probably next week, I'm going to get this up to 10K again, because it was really nice coming in from there. And I could pull out, 2 or 3 grand a month.
Yeah.
well, that's what I'd like to get to, but ain't happening overnight.
No, exactly.
But you know, you're doing good, Sarah. So, I mean, just think how much you put in and where you're at now. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, cool.
Do you want to do your
beans.
Daisy?
I'm excited about our 500.
I would love to do my Daisy. Let's see. So I want to go in here and
So
disconnect.
make sure you disconnect. There you go.
Yeah, I always check my MetaMask too to make sure I'm disconnected because I've had that happen before where I thought I disconnected. So see, it's not disconnected here. So just to be safe. So now where am I going?
So is your Daisy on this wallet too, Sarah?
I believe so. Let's see. We have to go.
On assets.
Which one, which network do I need to be on for Daisy?
I think you're on the right one, the smart chain for BSC.
Oh, I have to be on Smart Chain. Okay, so now,
Click on your assets for me. And then scroll down and see if you see your, yeah, there's your Lyft. Is this the account you're using or are you using a
Yeah.
different account?
yeah,
Okay.
so now I get out of this.
Just close your tab. Oh. That works too.
And I go to, oh my gosh. Tron link.
Did you save it?
What's that?
The website for Daisy?
I don't know. You know, I've done it. Let me see. I've done it on
Go
my,
ahead and log into your Tron link.
I did claim this morning. So I'm right here.
Okay. So then you need to go to the app.daisy on the web browser.
App.daisy.
Yeah, app.daisy. There it is. Just hit enter. Just hit, there you go. And then we're letting that load up here. Is yours slow like that too sometimes, Thomas?
What's that? I'm not, let me get back over there with you guys.
When you're loading into Daisy,
What's that?
the screen, how it takes a little bit to like warm
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and you said you did claim already this morning?
Yeah, I claimed this morning, so I don't want to claim that little bit amount.
No worries. So for you, Sarah, then you would just click on exchange since you already claimed. And then it looks like you have that 2,400. Is that what you claimed?
Whatever I did this morning, let me look at my phone. Because I have a total, let's see. I combined my kids last night. Yeah, that's what I have in there. Mhm.
Okay, so then just click max. And then you're gonna swap. So now you're swapping your Daisy. We're gonna swap it over to Lyft. So go ahead and sign to approve.
Well, this is still processing, so
That's fine, you wanna sign.
okay.
There you go. Signing is like you're confirming.
Oh, I gotcha. This is Paonia speed.
So while we're waiting, Miguel wants to know, do they need to do this with Daisy every week?
I would say yes.
Especially with the amount he has in there, Thomas.
Yeah, you wanna get as much as you can swapped into. You don't need to stake it. Matter of fact, but you do want to get it at least. You want to get it turned into Lyft because they're now switching Daisy into Lyft, so it's coin for coin. So as soon as I can claim, I do claim it. Yes.
Do you know if there's going to be a time we're going to be able to claim all of it, or is it going to strictly be on that 5% a month?
No, that goes up after so much time, but I don't know the timeline. I could get somebody to get me the timeline though.
Okay.
I thought it was 6 months, Thomas,
Yeah.
that we did 5% a month. And then after that, it was 6 months, I think.
And I do want to say something about Daisy now. Many of us were saying we're waiting on the trading to start kicking into work. This program, it's working. If you're noticing, you're all in profit now of your trading, and it's working. It should start compounding. It should be a great year for the trading on this program.
Awesome. So Sarah, go down where it says, please enter a value greater than 0. Scroll past that because now you want to go to the bridge page. There it is. So now you're going to go to bridge, and this is where you're going to swap your Daisy into Uplift. And then you're going to want to connect your wallet.
It's not working. Wait, where's?
Scroll down a little bit for me, Sarah. That's weird. Oh, connect to MetaMask. So put in your amount, and then we're going to connect to MetaMask. Oh. Go ahead and go to your Foxhead. There you go.
So you always know if it's connected if it has that little blue one, right?
Yeah, it just means there's an action required. So it means you skipped a step within it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So now I transfer, correct?
Yeah, you're going to transfer.
Sign.
So now you're taking it from your Tron link and you're putting it into your MetaMask.
So in the past, I have purchased BNB with my lift, but I can, so what would be my benefit of just leaving it in lift?
You want to answer that, Thomas?
Well, we do want to count on this project working, and it's a early adopter, just like your SafeUFI, just like your tag, just like tag. It's a early adopter. Lyft and Daisy together are supposed to complete a ton of projects in the future, and that Lyft coin is supposed to be worth a lot of money. So if we aren't staking it or hodling it, we will never see that growth in that coin.
Okay.
So now you're going to scroll down, Sarah.
Oop. How did I do that? I can't get this.
Go back to your web page.
My web page.
Yeah, where it says how to use Tron. Go back to there because now you need to scroll down and finish your steps.
Oh, I didn't finish them.
No. So now you got to claim. Is she on one of those timers on her MetaMask?
Yeah, we keep saying each week that we're going to switch her timer up a little bit. And so we should just switch it up to like 10 minutes or 15 minutes instead of 5. But she's safe. That's a good thing.
Maybe next week you could teach us all how to do that.
I can show everybody real quick once she's done.
All right.
Okay,
Now go into MetaMask.
scroll down for me. Nothing to claim. Okay, just making sure you're good. And then look in your MetaMask, see where if your lift's in there.
This little guy takes forever to open up sometimes. There we go.
Click on assets. And
There it
there,
is.
and then if you wanted, or if somebody wants to stake after they do this step on the bridge page, they just go to staking.
So
Which here in the US, make sure you know what you're doing before you stake out of Daisy. Because
So-
I'm not sure if we're benefiting here in the US yet.
okay, so what I'm hearing you say then is just for me to leave it where it is right now.
Yes, ma'am. Or turn it into BNB, your choice.
Okay, I think I'll just leave it for right now. And then you want to walk me through the timer thing so people know that?
Sure. Go ahead and okay, so hit that, I think.
Go to set, oh wait,
Account, wait. Account details, I think. Yeah.
I think I go, don't I have to go someplace like
Go to the circle maybe. Are
The
you
circle. Yeah.
settings?
Yes. And scroll down, I believe it's advanced. Scroll up. I believe up there is advanced, up at the top. Scroll down. Scroll down. Scroll down. There it is. Auto lock timer is on 20 minutes.
Wow.
I don't believe that. I don't know what's going on there. It's scroll up just a little bit. Customize transaction knots. Scroll back down to it. I would just hit save on there real quick and see if what happens. But I was going to make a joke and say as slow as Sarah is, 20 minutes might go pretty quick.
Well, that's very true, Thomas. You know, I'm going to catch on sooner or later.
Right.
Getting there.
So it says that you're at 20 minutes. So I wouldn't go more than 20, 20 or 30 minutes, but you can change that to any number you want.
Well, hopefully, I mean, I'm not sure if I had it opened earlier.
Yeah. So change it to 30 minutes.
That's strange because mine is set to 5 minutes and mine doesn't time out as quickly as Sarah's does.
Isn't that weird? That's what I was trying. I was like going, huh?
It's called a test, Bielka.
Right.
Right.
And so I think mine is at like 15, but I did reset that from 5. So anyway, for each individual wallet, you can adjust and play with that for sure.
Yeah.
And then your other key thing is to make sure that you go to those 3 dots on MetaMask and log out of anything that you're in.
Yeah. Got where to go.
There you go.
And then
Okay.
we always
Does
come back
anybody
up here
else
and
want
lock
to?
Perfect.
Does
you,
anybody
guys.
else want to share screen and do their thing, or has everybody got their fill for the day?
I'm good, and I got to be off in about 4 minutes. Our son's coming over real quick, so.
Okay. Anybody? Okay. All right. Well, let's call it.
I would love to at some point, Thomas, but I think people are kind of done here.
Well, it doesn't matter if I'm going to help you later or help you now. It doesn't matter if Andrea goes or not. It's whenever you're ready.
Okay. Well, if you guys can bear with me.
Well, no, everybody can leave whenever they want to leave. That's
Okay.
what this is all about. So you're going to want to
I'm
share.
gonna say goodbye. I gotta get over to another driveway.
Okay.
Have a great
All
day,
right,
you guys.
Sarah.
Okay.
Thank
And
you.
anybody that's got to go, it's not a big deal. Thanks, Sarah. Okay. So you want to share screen then? Or here, I might need to make you co-host. Yeah, even if it was just me and you, we're fine and dandy like cotton candy. Okay, and what are you wanting to do now?
Well, let's let me get rid of all this somehow. So I guess just kind of go through and see what I need to do on MetaMask, and I'd like to just go over that Daisy real quick.
Okay, do you have your Daisy websites loaded?
He should have it.
Okay,
Yeah, because Andrea and I did that a couple weeks ago.
okay. Andrea, until you got to go, I'm going to let you help him for a second, but I'll be watching and jump in if I need.
Okay, Miguel, the first thing you want to do is change your Matic mainnet, put it onto your BSC. Or yours is Binance. There you go. And then click on assets to make sure that's the right one for your lift. There it
There we
is. Okay, so now you want to go to your Daisy. So app.daisy.
I'm sorry, what is it?
App.daisy. So app.daisy. DAO.io/claim. And then you want to log into your TronLink wallet as well. Okay. So just go ahead and click on the website, your Daisy website. Just click out of your TronLink. Okay, now come over here to Daisy.
Oh,
It'll disappear once you click on your website. There you
gotcha. Okay.
go. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is claim. And then you're going to sign, which is confirming.
God, I sure like having someone looking over my shoulder at this point.
It is good, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why we're doing this, at least
Oh.
once a week, everybody could come on here and anybody could jump in there. And I've made it now that I don't schedule much around this until I start to get hangry.
Hangry. Yeah. Oh, I'm so grateful.
I'm about to do the 2022 shrink Thomas away hangriness. So we might get a little bit of that.
Oh, really? You have a plan for that?
Yeah. Don't eat.
You going keto?
I am going keto for a little bit.
Really? Wow. That's great, Thomas. I hope.
Well, since the stomach surgery, I didn't put any limitations on myself because I needed to celebrate that a little bit, right? But those days are over. It's been over a year now.
Yeah, you just hit your year mark, didn't you?
Yeah, I had surgery. Well, it went until about right now, but the surgery was actually in August.
August.
Yeah, of last.
Okay, so now you're going to click on exchange up at the top. And then you're just going to click max. And then you're going to swap Daisy. Then you're going to sign to confirm.
Daisy does have some really cool platforms coming out too. They're going to be mining with a liquid miner, which is a Bitcoin miner in itself. That's energy is in a liquid thing or whatever, which is going to be mining Bitcoin itself, bigger and quicker. So Daisy has a lot of good projects coming up too. So not to confuse everybody on everything. All three of the projects that we're talking about here, I'm counting on. You never know which one's gonna be your home run, but we only need one of them to be.
Right.
Throw it on the wall and see if it sticks.
Yeah. And be smart about it and get your seed money out as you can, like we're doing now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I put Nexus out there, Thomas, to a lot of people, and I don't think people can grasp the fact that we're not trying to recruit them.
Right.
And that's what people just don't get. It's like, hey,
if they want to be a part of early adopter projects, here's my thing. If you want to be a part of early adopter projects, like if you were starting with Bitcoin 8 years ago, then you probably want to take a look at some of these platforms.
Yep. Good. I like that. Okay.
So now go to the bridge.
Okay, that's it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to scroll down a little bit and you're going to connect your MetaMask. Click next.
So on the last step, you were connected to TronLink. Here, you're now connecting MetaMask to Uplift.
Yeah.
Got it.
But his went to the staking. So you want to go click on bridge. There you go. And then you're just going to click max. So then it takes your 700 lift from Tron and then transfer, because now you're transferring it to your MetaMask. And then you're going to sign.
I'm going to text Susan to ask her if she knows anything about if us in the US are supposed to be staking Uplift or not. Because at one point she told me that she wasn't staking. I did. I'm staking a little bit. But, and let's see if I can get a quick answer at her.
Now, will this reflect on everything I have in Daisy? Like back in July, we did the Daisy token and I think we transferred all that over to Lyft, didn't we, Andrea?
Well,
that's what this is.
That's what you're doing now. This is still your Daisy token. You still have Daisy tokens you're claiming.
So it's good. That's why we need to do this every week.
Yeah. I wait till I have, at least 100 before I do, but I don't have a huge amount,
Mm-hmm.
So mine might be less than what you guys do every week. So you just got to pick and choose when you're ready to claim it.
So claim.
Yep.
As you guys can see, amongst the 3 projects that we've done here, many of them, claiming them, staking them, all of that's similar. It's just different pages.
Right. And Andrea, so the steps that you posted on the chat, that was for Nexus and
That was for tag.
Tag, yeah. What about this?
I think we have it.
Is that on the Daisy WhatsApp?
Yep. I just don't
Okay,
have that one handy on my computer. I'll repost them again so you guys have it.
Okay, that'd be great. Okay, so now what?
Now you check your wallet.
MetaMask?
Uh-huh.
See, do I need to go to assets?
Yes. And there you go. Now, did it add it to there, Miguel?
God, I didn't even notice.
So that's important. I know Thomas said it earlier with the tag protocol. Keep track of your tokens because that's we're gonna know where your money's at.
Yeah, because right now, here, I just rebooted my phone, but I mean, like Daisy is worth very little.
Mhm.
So now we're adding up token, hoping for it to change with Uplift.
And Uplift is 19 cents right now.
Yeah. So regardless, most of us bought at 50 cents or at $1. So we need that to go over $1, no doubt about it. And the more we claim and hold and whatnot, the better off we're going to be there.
Okay.
So that's what I'm doing, and I'll let everybody know if I get an answer from her on the US staking. Let's see. Velka wanted to, let me get it.
And I gotta run, Thomas. Jay's here.
All right. Hey, Jay.
Thank you, Andrea.
Jay, Thomas said, hey. Nope, him and Mark are yapping.
Okay. So
Andrea.
We'll see you
Okay.
guys.
okay, so go if you need to. Let's see. I want to add those notes.
If possible, Tommy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I can end recording now.
Okay.
So give me 1 second there.
But I don't know if anybody else wants